So the first thing is the sponsor should be letting the person know ahead of time that if they're bringing pets, they're going to need some documentation. Their local veterinarian can provide that documentation, or their military veterinarian can. And that includes a health certificate, a rabies certificate, and an airline letter of acclimation. Additionally, once they arrive on the base, then they need to check in with us at the vet clinic within 14 days of arrival. There is not a size or breed limit, but otherwise we recommend only bringing dogs and cats because it's very difficult once exotic animals such as birds or reptiles enter Naval Station Guantanamo Bay for them to ever re-enter the United States due to USDA import regulations. It is a requirement that all animals entering Naval Station Guantanamo Bay are microchipped. Additionally, if they are a year of age or older, it's a requirement that they be spayed or neutered before they enter. So unfortunately, it's not uncommon for us to see pets that have been injured by wildlife. And it's usually as a result of the pet trying to eat or play with the wildlife when they shouldn't. So most of the animals do just fine. One of the most common emergencies that we see are dogs that have consumed toxic toads here on the island. We probably have about one of those a month, and as long as we see them on an emergency basis, immediately after it happens, and we can treat those animals successfully. They feel pretty sick for a couple of days, but we've been able to save all of them. I've also seen animals that have bite and scratch wounds from iguanas. We had a dog that got a hold of one of the big land crabs and had a piece of his nose taken off, so we had to do surgery on his nose to reconstruct his nose there. So we do see that fairly often, and that's why it's so important to make sure that you're watching your pets and not allowing them to roam without your supervision. A lot of people like to take their pet to the beach. And I have treated some saltwater toxicity where the dogs are attempting to drink salt water. And just like in people, it can make them very ill. So it's very important to make sure that when your dog is swimming in the ocean, number one, that they have a life jacket on so that they're not going to drown if they get tired, if they're going to be swimming further out, or if they're on a boat and you're going to be in deep water. And number two, that they have plenty of fresh water to drink so that they're not tempted to drink the salt water. The other thing I would say is many pets that come from colder climates, maybe they've PCS'd from somewhere in the Northeast or another overseas assignment that's in a colder climate, their pets need time to acclimate to the heat here, just like we do. So for dogs that have long coats, it's controversial whether or not you should shave their coat off to help them cool down. Some studies indicate that their coats actually protect them from the heat just as much as it can hold the heat in. So it can take them a lot longer for their core body temperature to heat up if they have a thick coat. Now, once they are heated up, that thick coat is also going to insulate that heat inside. So my recommendation is that you do not shave thick-coated animals for hot climates. However, that's not a general consensus.